Okay, everybody, this is Amy, and I'm going to be doing a demonstration on this page, but first I want to talk about guideline drawings. So I'm in the OneNote, I'm in the assignment we're working on, drawing techniques practice, and by the way, I put a little palette in here, a little painting palette. I'll go to the top where you can see. So Sylvia, who is the amazing teacher who's going to be taking over for me when I take my leave, and I decided that to keep people on track, we put like a cool little icon there. I thought that was such a great idea that will help to have a bookmark as to what assignment we're working on. So that was her big question to me, and I thought, oh my gosh, let's do that. How fun. So there we go. That's the one we're working on. It's Module 1, Assignment 2, Drawing Techniques Practice, and we're on guideline drawings. I love guideline drawings. It's so much fun because it really helps beginning drawing students and design students map out their drawings. So let's take a look at the review here. I'm going to go to the top of this page. What I just clicked takes us to the Module 1 resources and the guideline drawings page. So guidelines use gestures and contour and sketching to recreate a drawing. So first, what people do is they often do a gesture first to get an overall rough shape, and then exterior lines are drawn quickly to record angles and define spaces. Sometimes what we say is the contour lines are added to pull out forms and shapes, which I'll be showing you in my drawing in a few moments. And then the sketching and more contour is used to build up a form, to build up your drawing and define it. Then you can use color or value to create interesting drawings. So I have some examples below. There is this really cool demonstration video you can watch. I think this one is by an artist that I have some other things in the OneNote for, really cool drawings. So my demo will be here, but here are some examples of guideline drawings. You can see guidelines are the outside. It's like the box, and in there are boxes and angles that help you develop your drawing. And as you can see, this violin is being developed more and more and more. And then eventually the guidelines are erased in this drawing to create just the drawing. Here's a guideline drawing from last year or the year before, where you can see that these outside lines here are directing the drawing to go inside those lines. I'm actually finding angles, okay? So that's a glue bottle or a hand sanitizer. Ooh, hand sanitizer for the season of COVID, pretty funny. Okay, so here's some other examples of you can see the guidelines outside and underneath some of these drawings here. Here's a really good one. These are guidelines that help define this character drawing. And here's one where you can see it just looks sketchy. A lot of students say, oh, that just looks sketchy all around. Yeah, that's what guidelines are. They're the sketching around it that helps you define your drawing. Here's another one. It's really, really, really sketchy. It's a fun straight line gesture, guideline drawing. And then here we have some sighting techniques that people use with guidelines. If you ever see a movie and someone's holding a pencil out and they have one eye closed, that's sighting. It's actually a real thing. So sighting helps someone define and find angles, and guidelines are also used. It helps you block out shapes and forms. So you can see how it's used to find different angles when you're drawing here with a person with a pencil. And then here you can see how guidelines are used to guide your drawing. That's why they're called guidelines. They're guiding lines, okay? And it helps to form stuff. And there's another one of sighting. You can see the Leaning Tower of Pisa, and you can find an angle when you're drawing. Okay. Anytime you want to look at any of the links to here, there's lots of cool stuff that you can take a look at in the resources. I'm going to go to the top of the page here. Okay, so now let's go back to the drawing practice techniques. So right now I'm going to show you drawing guidelines. You're going to watch the demonstration and any other recordings you need to see, and then you're going to practice. So in class, we're going to do some drawings together. You'll be drawing, and then you'll hopefully share your drawing if you want. I want you to choose an object that's not too simple, but not too complicated. So a squeezy ball that I gave you is probably the one that's a smiley face, probably a little bit too simple for this. Scissors are good. Simple objects, stuffed animals, anything like that. The little creatures I gave you, the little animals, so they'll be fine. Whatever you want to work with. And if you don't have something, draw your hand, okay? Use whatever you'd like to draw with. I think I might use a Sharpie today so you can really see it well. But if you use a Sharpie, you may find it is a big fat mess, but that's okay. Please make sure you label and date your page, and then the demo for the recording will be right here. Okay, so let me go to this, and let me unshare my screen. I don't think we need, there we go. Okay, so this is a guideline drawing. I'm just gonna write guideline, and today's date, I'm actually gonna put the 29th. I don't know when you're gonna be doing this. I'm recording these ahead of time for you because I will miss you when I'm gone, but this will make it easier. Okay, so my object is going to be, wow, my glasses, yay. Okay, so I'm gonna draw my reading glasses here. I think I'm just gonna put them like that so you can see. I'm gonna put them right at the top. Okay, so when I'm drawing, I wanna first find my angles. So sometimes I'm gonna put my pen down like this and I'm gonna find those angles. I'm gonna just start drawing. So basically, you can see that I'm gonna draw these outside areas that are defining my glasses. And I kind of need my glasses to draw. I should have actually picked something else so I could wear them. That's pretty funny. So if you can't see without your glasses, don't draw your glasses. Okay, so there's one shape. And I'm going to come in here and I'm going to sketch out where this is going to be. And so basically it's just small hatch marks to mark out where you're going to be drawing. I use guidelines all the time, by the way, and I use them for my paintings and my drawings and all kinds of things. It's definitely part of the style that I have as an artist. And you know what? It might not be your cup of tea, and that's totally fine. Use what works for you, but just practice it. And if you find out that it's, oh my gosh, it's so awesome, you love it, that's great, okay? If you don't like it, it's fine, totally fine. You might hear some funny noises in the back because somebody in my house has decided they want to use a drill. So let's shut that door. Okay, so now I've got my glasses all mapped out, and what I need to do is kind of look at this little area here where there's a nose piece. I may look at that a little bit later. I've also noticed that my marker is kind of running out of like life, so I may have to pick another marker here. Let's try this one. All right, so my next step is I'm going to go in and I'm going to pull out different areas. Now, this is the guideline, okay? This part's the guideline to guide my drawing. The next step is using sketching or contour lines or shape drawing or whatever you need in order to draw. So I'm going to start here in this area, and I'm going to start pulling out my drawing by using those guidelines to help me. Now, they're not always going to be correct. For example, I know I've messed this up a little. That's what happens. It's fine. And then I'm going to be drawing. I'm going to pull that line out here, and I can see that the lines that I placed are really helping to guide my drawing. This part here is going to help me find that curve, okay? Now, if you totally get this by now and you're like, oh my gosh, I've got to start this right now, start working, totally fine. You can listen in while I'm drawing, and don't worry if you make little mistakes. It doesn't matter. It's just practice. All right, so you can see that this shape here is really starting to look like this. Hopefully you agree with that. I know this part's kind of weird, but that's okay. I don't have my glasses on because they're sitting there. All right, I'm drawing blind. Okay, so I'm going to find this again. That went up a little bit too high, only because I'm, you know, need our glasses. Okay, going down a little. And there we go. And I'm going to probably draw this line out to make sure that these are even at the tops and bottoms. Now, if you want to do this all in pencil, do your guidelines in pencil and then do your drawing in marker or Sharpie or colored pencil. That's a great idea, because sometimes what we can do is delete or erase the lines that are that you've made with the guidelines after. But for this one, please leave them so we can see that, hey, you practiced guidelines and you gave it a try. Okay, I've noticed that I made an error, and so I'm going to try to remedy that error. All right, and I see this little area here that I didn't kind of mark off. There we go, that's going to come in like that. Okay, so you see the basic idea of what I'm doing here. Hopefully you can give this a try. I'm going to keep drawing until I finish. And this one's kind of odd. It's also hard for me to talk through this. And then what you see and what I see is at a little bit of a different angle, just so you know. It's going to kind of be a little bit different. No big deal. And I'm sure I'm making lots of mistakes. And those of you who are really, really good at drawing are going, oh my gosh, Amy, seriously? Yeah, I haven't drawn for 6 months. I'm a little rusty. And you know what? That's okay. The good part about drawing is the more you draw, the better you get. And honestly, since I haven't drawn since I've been sick, maybe when I'm recovering over the next while, I'll do some more drawing and I'll impress you with my actual drawing skills that really do exist in real life. They just are very rusty right now. Awesome, there we go. So there's my weird lopsided glasses, but you can kind of see the basic idea. They look like glasses to me, so there you go. That's a guideline drawing, and good luck. Go ahead and do 1 or 2 of them, get some practice, and I cannot wait to see the drawings. Thanks, people.